Welcome to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. I'm your host, Chris Silva, and this is my beautiful tropical wife, Corey Silva.
Aloha, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here today on R&R. Chris and I are the owners of Silva Realty and Silva Lending, and we've been in the real estate and mortgage industry since the early 2000s. We absolutely love what we do, and we're super excited that you're here with us today for another episode of R&R. So, can you believe it? Welcome to July. We're here.
Summer's in full swing.
Oh my goodness. Did everyone have a great 4th of July weekend? We'd love to hear about it. It looks like Mark Chang's here with us.
Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Mark, I miss you choking me out and putting me in arm bars. I will eventually be back to jiu-jitsu. Just been super, super busy with work, but I know you've probably been busier than I have with work as well. So hope to see you soon, buddy. Thanks for tuning in.
Sure. We appreciate your support. So did you have any fun during your 4th of July weekend? I know a lot of people were out and about on social media, so I got to see what all of our friends were doing and family members. So share with us because we'd love to talk about it. We need a lot of positive energy because I know there's been some very sad things happening over the weekend. So please share with us. We like good news.
Absolutely. We're all about good vibes, vibes, right? All the time. So now that summer's officially here, right? What is it like having the kids at home all the time?
Well, for us, we are super lucky because Grandma and Papa help out, mostly Grandma. She watches the kids 4 days a week, and the kids get to enjoy their summer with their cousins. And so it's been like a mixture of having them home like half the time, but we just got back from a vacation, so I can feel like, you know, the pressure of some parents are like, the kids are home, they just want to keep them busy because these kids, you know, Mommy, come play with me. Mommy, do this with me. Mommy. I'm like, okay, I just sent you to dance camp. That was fun, right? You get to go to your grandma's house. We just went swimming. It's like nonstop. I feel like.
So Corey's talking about our daughter, Nola, because Santino, like, he will go in his room and if we let him, he'd watch TV all day and just fall asleep. He'd wake up and fall asleep in his bed watching TV if we let him.
And I'm not okay with that.
Of course not. But I'm just saying he would.
If you let him,
he's very independent. He doesn't need us for anything except to make him some food, right? Nola, on the other hand, has no interest whatsoever in devices and TV. She wants to be active doing something with us.
Right. And I love that about her. It's just challenging when you're working and you're trying to get other things done or make them food to keep them nourished. Like, Nola, I have just told you I'm making you dinner right now. Can you just please be patient with your mommy? Paint a little bit, draw a little bit. I know you love doing that, but I want you to do it with me. I'm trying to take it all in. I've got that mom guilt where
you always have it.
I have to do things with her because I know one day is going to come where she doesn't want to do anything with me. And I don't want that day to come.
I understand that.
It's this internal struggle, right?
But we still got to do our taxes.
I know. My tax.
So we still got to do our taxes.
The weight is just like
still
on
gotta
me.
Get the work
that
done,
pressure.
Right?
Got to get the work done. Got to still file our taxes that we extended. Any other parents feel that pressure? Or are you okay with just like, kid, go. Get on that device. Go chill. I need a break.
Yeah, no. I mean, at some point, though, you do have to take that time. You need to get whatever it is, the task in front of you accomplished, right? And then say, hey, you're going to be on it for 1 hour. I'm going to take care of this, and then we'll come back and we're going to play whatever, right? So it's a tough balance. I feel really bad for the parents out there that they both are always working, right? And now they're trying to think about daycare costs throughout the summer because their kids aren't in school. You know, I feel bad for those parents. It's really tough, you know. Everybody wants to spend the time with their kids. Who doesn't? What parent doesn't want to be with their kids, right? But not everybody is afforded that luxury, right? So it's really tough. So you're doing it's good to have that mom guilt. You're spending the time with the kids.
But I got a lot of stress, let me tell you.
It's what happens. You know, you're a business owner and you're a parent, you're going to be stressed out. It's part of life. So
finding that balance with the device time. We've come up, it's challenging because sometimes you just need those kids to be quiet. Go. But Santino, he'll find himself on that device.
Oh, boy.
And I've just been noticing a difference in his mood and his demeanor.
Sure.
And I don't like that. So we had to put a stop to that. And I said, you are getting very limited screen time. And I think the whole weekend we made it without him even watching television or being on his device. And let me tell you, that kid changed. I'm like, oh,
here's my son.
My baby's back from the dark side. So I think for any of you parents out there, have you come up with any cool ways to limit it? I am thinking of coming up with some type of incentive. Or Chris even told him, if you want to go on your device for 15 minutes, you need to give me 15 minutes of reading. You want to go on for an hour, you need to give me an hour of reading. So I think that's what we're going to implement. But if anybody has any cool suggestions to make it fun for the kid to do some other things other than be on their device to earn the device time, screen time, let us know. Drop it in the comments.
I had to let the kids know. I had to let them know because they love. What kid doesn't love presents, right? Kids love presents. Hi, Urvashi. Thanks for joining us. So what kid doesn't love presents? So I was explaining to Nola that we gave her the best gift ever, and Santino as well. And they're like, what gift are you talking about, Dad? I'm like, we gave you a sibling. There's two of you. Go keep each other busy. Daddy's got to get this. This is what happens when you're not home. Daddy's got to get this work done right now. You guys go play something for about an hour. I'm going to be right here in the same room. Mm-hmm. I got to knock this contract out. And then we're going to play something together in an hour. So I always remind them, like, there's two of you. Mm-hmm. You guys could do something together. You don't have to do something by yourselves. There's two. Figure it out. Make it work. So they got to learn this interaction with each other. And even when they don't want to play the same game, because guess what? When you're in a working environment later in life, somebody's not pulling the weight. You got to figure it out.
Remember those group projects in college? Oh my Lord. There was always that one.
And they knew.
Just got that free ride.
They knew too, like, all right, I'm in the right group because none of these people want to get a bad grade, so I'm just going to coast.
I'm going to chill.
I used to hate those people.
Me too. I can't stand that. So last week's episode, we were on vacation and we went live from our hotel room in Palm Springs, sunny and hot Palm Springs. It was super fun, wasn't it?
I had a good time. So, I was able to hang out. I think I was sitting like crisscross applesauce because we taught the kids, right?
And Chris had beers, and so he was enjoying himself. He had a really good time. Yep. And the end of the trip was amazing because, it's so hot there. We're trying to figure out how we could keep cool, keep the kids happy. And so we did a little bit of night swimming. We had those kids in the pool until like 10 o'clock at night.
So if anybody's headed to Palm Springs in these hot months, the way to do it, and we didn't figure this out day one. It took us a couple days to figure it out. You get up early, eat a quick breakfast. Don't cook breakfast. Just eat something quick, right? Cereal, something fast, Eggos, whatever. Get right in the pool. Pool usually opens at 8 o'clock at all the resorts, hotels, whatnot, right? Get right in the pool. You get out, swim for like 3 hours. Get the kids nice and tired, right? Get out at 11, 11:30, eat lunch, and now you're just staying indoors until the evening. You're playing games, you're going to the movies, you're doing something. And then in the evening, you go back around 6:37 after dinner, and you just stay till 10 till they kick you out of the pool. And that's it. That's what you're doing every day in Palm Springs. Like, that's the way to stay out of the heat, enjoy the pool, have a good time. We didn't figure that out till like the last couple of days, unfortunately.
Yes, no, it's okay. We had a great time just spending time with the kids, and that's really what it's all about, is just the family time. So do any of you have some cool vacation plans coming up for the summer? We'd love to hear about it. Drop it in the comments. And so after we left Palm Springs, we made it home, and we ended up watching the Minions. So the main goal of on our trip was actually to watch the Minions. That was a nice little activity that was indoors, but it didn't come out until Friday. I don't know if everybody knows about this little trick, but sometimes when these kids' movies come out, they have a premiere day, and it comes out the day before.
It's almost every time. Yes. So they always advertise a release date of a Friday. Every movie, right? We only know about the kids' movies because that's the only ones that we go to see. So they always advertise Friday, but it always comes out the Thursday, the day before. At the matinee time is usually when we go, like midday. And the kids love it, and we love it because nobody's in the theater.
Yeah, it was pretty empty in there. So we had a good time. Urvashi said, how was it? And I'm assuming she's asking about the Minions. And the kids absolutely loved it. Make sure you take wine as a parent.
Well, if you don't drink wine, Take a book and a flashlight. I mean, the movie was terrible.
Don't take a book and a flashlight.
I'm kidding.
Chris is the one who's on his phone during the movie.
I'm working, getting it done. We're at the very back.
Poor people next to him. He's over here on his phone with the light all bright. I was like,
it wasn't that bright. It was all the way at the very bottom. Anyhow, the movie was not good, but it's okay. It's not supposed to be good for us.
How would you even know you weren't watching it?
I watched the movie. I missed the plot line. I missed. I missed, the big reveal in the movie when the minion turns into a bunny and a goat.
Oh my goodness! So our kids they asked us, both of them at different times, so what language are they speaking? I'm like, it's Minion. Well, what is that? I'm like, it's some made up language. There's no subtitles, and there's a little bit of Spanish thrown in there, like 4 words of Spanish,
like a little Spanish, a little Latin.
Por favor. Yeah. So interesting.
Hey Christian, thanks for joining us.
What's up, guys? Digging the floral prints. Yep. I got to get that summer feel going. Yes.
I'm all about the floral vibes.
Yes. We got to get Christian some floral shirts. I think he could rock some.
I saw a post that Jocelyn put up, and he had a couple like floral prints in a nice button-down shirt. It looked really nice.
Nice. You guys got similar style. Who would have ever guessed you guys are brothers?
Right.
So, what were we talking about? Minions. Okay, so Minions, yeah. Go see it if you have kids. And stay hydrated while you're there.
And there's a bunch of terrible movies coming out this summer for the kids. So go watch all of them, because we're going to go watch all of them.
And Chris is, hey, Evelyn's here. Hi, Lulu.
Hey, Lulu.
Good
Thanks for joining us.
to see you. Thanks for supporting us, everyone. We appreciate you. So Chris is urging us to get one of those theater passes, which they're really pushing at the movie theaters. If anyone finds themselves there a lot during the summer,
to me, it's a no-brainer.
It's about $25, and you get unlimited movies for the month.
A month.
Which is pretty cool. So I think we're going to sign up for that. And Christian, you should probably sign up for it too, because then we could all go together.
I mean, and you could watch the same movie more than once.
But why would you?
Because the kids don't care. They'll go watch Minions like 5 times if we let them.
I'm not watching it 5 times. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen.
And then we could go finally see Top Gun.
Oh, yeah. Just drop the kids off to watch Minions, and then we go to Top Gun.
Corey's dad's like, we're in Palm Springs and we're looking for Minions, and it's not out yet. He's like, why don't you go see Top Gun with the kids? I'm like, isn't there a sex scene in there somewhere? He's like, just tell them to close their eyes, basically, right? Like, he's like, oh, they won't pay attention. What did he say? I can't remember what he said. But
he was
basically,
talking
he
to you,
didn't care.
not me. I don't know.
Basically, he didn't care. He was like, go take him to see Top Gun. Santino asked me what the rating is for anything I suggest for him to watch, like Jurassic Park. He's like, well, what's the rate? What is it rated, Dad? I'm like, PG-13. I can't watch that. I'm not. His words, not mine. I'm not ready for that yet, Dad. I might have nightmares.
He's so cute.
This boy, he cracks me up.
Oh my goodness. That reminds me of a story. One time I was giving him some type of food, or someone offered him a treat, and he said, oh, what are the ingredients in there, or some type of intake, or what were the calories on it? I'm like, nobody tells you what calories are in food. That's so interesting that he would ask that.
He has mentioned, so he doesn't exactly know what grams are, but he knows that there's sugar, right? So he's like, there's too much sugars in there.
Too many grams of sugar.
Yeah, it's gonna ruin, like, his appetite later, or his dinner, or his kids. He's always thinking of things that I'm not thinking of.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Which I guess I should be thinking about.
They grow up way too quick.
Way too quick.
So Friday, Chris was in Thousand Oaks for inspections all day. One of our buyers, they got their offer accepted, which is amazing in this market. Things are changing.
And we got $15,000, the seller to credit $15,000 for closing costs, which is not only your closing costs, but that's going to handle your escrow account. Let me explain that real quick. When you're buying a home and you get a loan, you're going to have to pay property taxes. You're going to have to pay for insurance on the property. And the escrow company will take, let's say, 6 months ahead the money for the property taxes and for the insurance. That way, when they come due, you have the money to pay it all at once. The lender has it to pay it. So we got the seller to fund all that.
That's amazing.
To pay for all $15,000.
These things are happening now, everyone. So for everyone who got a little bit discouraged in the market before, buyers who are getting outbid, now is the time for you to take advantage of these opportunities, because you can get the sellers to actually help you with your closing cost and for your impounds.
Right. And we'll talk about that a little bit farther in the show when we're talking about real estate. But then, so moving on from Friday, Saturday.
Wait a minute. You were inspection, and during Friday, you had inspections all day, right?
All day.
So this particular buyer had 3 different types of home inspections they did on the property.
Yes.
I know you're trying to gloss over this because you're a little upset that your day was spent there.
No, not at all. So so let's get into Friday. So Friday was well spent. Friday morning, I'm in Thousand Oaks. I'm meeting an inspector for something I never heard of before. I heard of it, but nobody had ever done it before.
Right.
In 15 years that I've been in the business, I've never had a buyer want lead-based paint inspection, right? Which was cool because it's something new for me. I learned something else.
That's amazing. And what we found in Ventura County, for anyone who's looking over there, the county actually pays for the inspection.
They do it for free.
That's amazing.
Which is unheard of. And we were able to get, well, I'm not going to say we because the buyers set it up. I'm going to give them all the credit. They were able to get the county out there like in 2 days.
All I know is Ventura County cares about their people. I don't hear about LA doing any of
LA's not doing none of that.
They do not care about us.
They're not doing any of that. So, there was some big lawsuit, I guess, about lead-based paint in Ventura County.
Oh, that explains it.
The city got sued. So this is probably part of the agreement of the lawsuit. So
that
now
makes sense.
They're going out there and they do these inspections. So anyhow, lead-based paint was done. Termite was done. Appraisal was done. Mold was done, and general inspection was done all on Friday.
Listen, guys, this is a little challenging to get all those inspectors lined up on the same day.
It's tough.
That was pretty amazing that you got that all handled, which is great because the buyers were able to review all of those inspections and unfortunately ended up deciding to cancel because of the findings, right?
Right, which, so I know a lot of buyers out there that don't necessarily trust their agents. Why are you working with these people if you don't trust them? They think that agents want to keep them in an escrow and just want to sell them a house, right? I was actually happy that we opened escrow like on Wednesday. Friday we had inspections. By Sunday we knew that we were canceling. That's what we want. That's the whole point of an inspection period.
So
right?
You know what you're getting yourselves into. This is a huge purchase for you and your family. And this is just things that you want to find out before you end up in the home. Nobody wants to own the money pit. Do you remember that movie, The Money Pit, with Tom Hanks when we were young?
A young man.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So this is what they're there for.
So the buyers apologized to me, like, I'm so sorry, we want to cancel. I'm like, don't apologize. I would feel worse if you got into the home, bought it, you're sitting in your house, and you're like,
why did I buy this?
Oh my gosh, what did we do? Why did we buy this house?
Right.
Why did Chris let us buy this house? Right? So no, I'm happy that we're able to move on from that property on to the next one.
Yes.
We'll find something better. Hopefully that needs a lot less work.
Yes, absolutely. And so Saturday, moving along, we had family night. So for those of you who are just joining us, every Saturday we have family dinner and our family comes over. We get to cook together, hear about how everyone's week has been, and just be in each other's presence. So we had that. And thank you so much to Christian and Patrick and my wonderful husband and my dad. They put together the second shed that's been sitting in our backyard
for months.
Since December.
Is that? Nah, it hasn't been that long, has it?
Oh, yes, it has been that
long.
long.
How did Santa get that shed down the chimney? That's what I want to know.
No. Santa did not bring that. We got that before my mom's birthday because we were shuffling it around trying to move it in the backyard. Wow. So that's why I know it's been since December. But they were, had some smooth sailing putting it together until they tried to put the doors on because the doors actually warped from being out in the sun for so long.
Damn weather. Damn California weather.
So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry you ran into those challenges, but the shed is finally built. And now we could store some more things in there and make room in our garage for
and make
packing.
the yard look better, too, because there's just stuff. Now I just got to get rid of some of these kids' toys that they don't play with anymore.
Oh my goodness. How many of you have just things lying around that you want to get rid of, but then somebody in the house wants to keep it? No, I'm a good purger now. I used to be a hoarder, borderline hoarder, but now like all the things that I hoard are for the kids. In case there's ever another lockdown.
Now I'm just curious. So Corey was patting herself on the back
when
we had the lockdown because she had all this junk. Oh, activities in the garage for the kids. And she was like, aren't you happy I held on to this for 3 years? And I'm like, no, I'm not. But I'm glad we have it today, like right now. Well, this is why I hold on to stuff. Yeah, the one time that we had a historic lockdown that we've never had in like generations, Corey came through. A good thing she was hoarding all this stuff because our kids were busy.
They were super busy. Everybody wanted to come over and borrow stuff from us. So let me tell you, I had all the stuff on lock. And it was hard to get things at that time. So I'm getting better.
You are.
Am I getting better?
Every single day. Just like wine. Fine wine, girl.
Why are you being so sarcastic?
What do you mean? I'm not being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. So on our family nights, in addition to just hanging out and cooking, we also have games now that we've been trying to implement, right? So does anybody have any suggestions for some good family games we can play? Because we're playing Taboo, and then Jocelyn brought over the late night Taboo the other day. And it was kind of okay. I'm glad the kids were playing somewhere else.
So you got to be careful because the kids stay up late when the family comes over.
I know, but it was a fun game.
So you can't play any of those
can't do Cards Against Humanity.
You
No
can't play
way.
those games.
Oh, no. So if anyone has any suggestions, let us know because we need to add some more games to our family get-togethers. So on Sunday, we ended up going to my aunt's house.
Right.
And the kids ended up going swimming, which... Our kids are turning into little fishes.
Yes. So I did a little work that day. Mm-hmm. Remember, I had to drive to Lancaster and Palmdale and whatnot, right? So when I came back, it was like, I don't know, it wasn't the hottest point of the day anymore. Uh-huh. I don't know how these kids got in that water because that water was ice cold.
These kids, it's like going to the beach. You know, the kids never feel the cold when they're in that freezing water. They're just having so much fun.
You ever see like the reels or, you know, the videos online where they cut, they're like in the middle of, not the Arctic, but somewhere cold, right? And it's all snow everywhere. And they take a chainsaw and they cut a hole in the lake. Yeah. And somebody jumps in the water and comes back out. I'm like, that's how it felt in your aunt's pool. I felt like I was jumping in an ice hole.
You're being a little dramatic.
No, it was cold.
Well, I feel like this past 4th of July weekend was unseasonably cooler than usual. Usually it's 100 degrees or more.
It's usually hotter.
But it was maybe in the 80s, so it was nice and bearable if you were not in the pool. But our poor little Nola, her lips are turning purple. She was so cold.
She was cold. Thank goodness, because she was, when you weren't cuddling her, when we were in the water, I just had to go in the jacuzzi with her, which was also pretty cold, but it wasn't freezing cold like the pool.
Oh, okay.
So I just put my legs in. I didn't get in.
No.
Oh,
my goodness. So for 4th of July, did anybody go anywhere to watch fireworks? I'd love to hear how your experience went, because with us, normally what we would do way back when they have shows, we would go over to Richard Rue Park.
That was
so much fun.
Did we go with kids?
No,
that
because
was before kids,
they
right?
stopped doing it after a certain point. I think the city didn't have funding or something for it, or no one wanted to pay to do it.
They did it a couple times, though, because I know we've seen that show from our driveway of our house, right? At the end of the driveway, we put the lawn chairs, and we watched the Richard Rue Park fireworks show. And then I think we just got lazy to go anywhere, right? I'd rather just be home. I feel like
if I could just see the fireworks from our house, why go anywhere? Why deal with all the crowds and then having to get there so early? And I don't know. I'm just very simple. I just want to chill a little bit. And so this year we were able to just see it from our backyard. Literally everyone was throwing fireworks off like they had their own show and their own contract to just do it out of parking lots. It was really weird this year. Didn't you feel like that?
Yeah, it was a little different. Urvashi says she saw fireworks in San Francisco, not better than Santa Clarita.
Really?
Awesome. That it's Santa Clarita so great, but sorry it wasn't so great in San Francisco. I would think it'd be great with the bridge in the background.
Yes, and the reflection off the water and everything. Oh my goodness. That's cool you're in San Francisco. I've been wanting to go visit. I like San Francisco.
I have no desire to be in San Francisco. I just think about how terrible that city's run and how there's homeless everywhere and people shooting up drugs on the street in the city. That's what's really happening in San Francisco.
Well, I guess I have this idealistic way of how it used to be. So I haven't been. We haven't been in
like 15 years.
Yes, yes. How was it there, Vashi? Other than the fireworks, let us know, because that's what maybe we're reading. Maybe it's different when you're actually there.
Maybe it's different.
because
different.
a lot of the stuff that we hear nowadays, who really knows, right?
Well, because if I want to go to San Francisco, I want to go to the city, right? Okay, so let's see. I mean, they were slow, something off with the
the timing.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
How was the city itself, though, Urvashi? Because I hear that in the city that it's really bad, like
that it's
as far
out of
as
control.
homelessness and the cities, the people are pissing on the street and, they just don't care, right?
Oh,
I'm curious to hear how it is over there.
Okay. So our kids are pretty chill. Like when it comes to fireworks, they weren't even impressed. So we didn't even have to worry about getting out and going and watching them, because when we go to Disneyland, they're pretty unimpressed by the fireworks too.
They don't care.
We're kind of lucky we don't have to deal with all the stress of getting out and about. So anyways, moving along, Tesla, if you have been following what we've been going through with Tesla and our car, quick update. We haven't had air conditioning in the car for over about 3 weeks now. And so we finally had our updated appointment, and we took it in, and we decided to go all the way to Camarillo because I feel like we were getting nowhere with the Van Nuys Repair Center.
Well, also, it was kind of like we were forced there because we decided to go to Camarillo because that was the first available date.
Correct.
Which was 3 weeks after we put in the claim, right? So like we've been the whole month of June without air conditioning until July 5th is when we took the car in.
Correct, on Tuesday. Oh, it looks like Urvashi responded. She said, "It's too cold. We are in San Mateo, but the city is crowded. Too much construction. Looks dirty." Oh, that's too bad. Okay, we don't have to ever go there then.
Ever. So anyhow, so we end up in Camarillo. Corey followed me because in our head, I'm going to get some Uber credit for $100 a day, and I won't even be able to get back home, right? With the $100 Uber credit. So Corey followed me out there. Luckily, it was a way different experience in Camarillo. One, it's not some janky like it's not, the one in Van Nuys. It's just some random building on Havenhurst. You wouldn't expect it to be there, and it's by the Van Nuys Airport. So all that dirt and wind is just beating your car up because it's not in a covered area.
Right.
There's no rental cars there. The service is terrible. I walked in, like nobody even acknowledged me for like 2 minutes, and I'm just standing there looking at everybody, So I hated the experience with Van Nuys. It made me believe that Tesla has authorized dealers doing their service, which I found out is completely inaccurate. Tesla actually owns all of these repair centers, which I didn't know until Tuesday. So fast forwarding back to Camarillo, went in there. There was like only 2 people in the whole place.
Wow, that's cool.
Which was amazing, right? It's at an actual Tesla dealership. You could buy a Tesla there, which I thought was cool because that's what we're used to, right? With Lexus and Mercedes and whatnot. So you go in there, you get to see all the nice cars that they have there, right, on the showroom floor. And then the guy's like, "Are you Corey Silva?" I'm like, "I'm her husband." "Oh, welcome, Mr. Silva." Like,
whoa,
totally different, right? And he's like, "Oh, so what's going on with your air conditioning?" So I talked to him. It took nothing but like 90 seconds. I told him, like, I can't really do an Uber credit. Do you guys have a loaner for me? He's like, "Unfortunately, we don't have any loaners, but we can get you a rental car at Enterprise."
Thank you for being a problem solver.
Thank you so much. So Camarillo actually deals with Enterprise. Van Nuys does not. I don't know about Burbank yet. I'm probably never going to find out because if I ever have another problem, I'm driving back to Camarillo.
Yes, such a better experience.
Better experience. I call Corey. I'm like, "Hey, follow me to Enterprise because I don't have my ID with me," which is another story. But anyhow, I'm driving a Range Rover right now.
Yes, so they were super nice at the Enterprise.
Super nice.
So now I think my confidence has been restored in Tesla. The car is already ready to be picked up. As of yesterday, same day. We unfortunately were unable to get out there. We're going there today. So I'm curious to see if they're going to deliver the car washed. That will just be the cherry on top of it all. So,
well, it's because it's what we've been accustomed to. We've leased a lot of cars throughout the years. We haven't owned all these cars. So anytime you see somebody driving a Mercedes, it's probably leased.
Yeah.
We still lease Mercedes all the time, right? And anyhow, but the customer service was amazing. We go in there, you get the car back, it's washed, it smells good in there, right? And they fixed all your problems and you're done until the next 10, 15,000 miles or whatever it was. But that wasn't our experience this first time with Tesla. So I'm curious to see, hey, did they step their game up? Is it just that Van Nuys needs to, they need to fix that
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Even the customer service on the 800 line is not good. But anyways, that is nice and taken care of now. We just have to make that drive back out to Camarillo, pick up the car, and I'm hoping that we have some nice, good, fresh air conditioning. So over the last couple days, we limited screen time for Santino, but we did cut out a little bit of time in the evening the other day for Chris and Santino to chill and watch some TV. Because let's be real, Chris is like the chill type of guy when he has the time. He that's how he distresses. He likes to chill and watch some TV.
Well, so not 100% accurate. So let me just tell you how it really is. I like to watch. I'd like to do laundry, fold laundry while I'm watching something on TV. So that's how we started. So I said, "Hey, Santino, do you want to come upstairs and help me fold laundry?" No, I don't. So then I just went up there and did it myself. And I'm folding laundry and I'm watching Obi-Wan Kenobi. Just in case the kids come upstairs, I'm not watching like The Boys on Amazon Prime, like some rated R show, right? Mm-hmm. They walk in, it's all good. That's exactly what happened. And Santino started watching it. Nola started watching it for a little bit too. And then he was more interested in Star Wars. I've been trying to introduce Star Wars to him for years now. He just hasn't been ready.
Right.
And it's so weird. So he started asking me all the right questions, right? The lightsaber, like, what is that exactly? And is that real? Does it, like, what does it do? And then he was asking about Obi-Wan, and he's asking me about Anakin and Darth Vader and, like, all these characters. And I'm trying to explain it to him, but there's so much to explain. I'm like, look, baby, I don't want to ruin these movies for you. Mm-hmm. I could tell you about what's happening on this show. So far, I'll explain the characters that are on this show. But if you really want to find out more about it, Daddy hasn't seen these movies in like 20 years.
Right.
We can go back and start with Phantom Menace. We go watch the first one and we could see how the young Darth Vader, when he was still a good guy. Mm-hmm. He's like, what? It's a movie? I don't want to watch it.
That's what he said?
He's like, if it's a TV show, I'll watch it. I'm like, what's the difference? If it's a TV show, it's a movie. You can watch 30 minutes at a time, watch 30 minutes a day, 30.
Oh,
so we'll see if he comes
funny.
back to it.
He's got
quirky.
Some funny rules that he likes to follow. So as Santino and Dad were folding clothes and watching a little bit of TV on the side, Nola, she gets a little bit antsy. She doesn't want to just sit and chill. She's very much like Mom.
Exactly like Mom.
And I wanted to get a ride in on the Peloton, and she said, "No, but you said you'd play with me." And Chris told her, "You got to give your mom some time. She doesn't have any time to do anything for herself." So I went and I started my ride on my Peloton, and she sat there and watched me the entire time as I rode the bike.
Was she judging you?
She was not judging me. She was actually trying to join me. She would sit on the chair and put her legs up in the air and was bicycle riding and
get a little ab workout.
Really getting into it and like jamming to the music. And then she starts moving her chair around, and all I could think about, because I need some time alone, right? That's what that's meant to be. And the ride I was on, Cody was the instructor. He's like, just clear your mind. Tell those kids, get away. They'll be fine. They'll be fine without your kids. Tell your significant other. Tell your dog. Tell whoever. They'll be fine. Give them a little bit of time. Take this time for yourself. And I'm like, this kid is right here riding the bike with me. Cody, please don't say anything inappropriate as I'm riding this bike, because for those of you who do take rides with Peloton and you've ever taken one of Cody's classes, he does get a little explicit at times. So I'm like, please don't say anything bad that she's going to hear. If she didn't hear it, she was fine.
Peloton's rated R?
It's not rated R, but he will cuss from time to time.
Oh, Cody. Come on, Cody.
Anyway, so Nola joined me on my ride. And then I did some exercises at the end. And then she said, "Mom, can we do some yoga too and some dancing?" So it was nice because I was able to get some me time in with Nola. And then we added on to the end, and I gave her some of her own time. So we did some yoga afterwards, and then we did some dancing because Nola took a dance camp, and she wanted to show me her moves. So it was pretty cool. We got to play some music and have some mommy-daughter time, which was nice. Awesome. But I do need some me time still.
Got to carve it out, girl.
Okay. I'm going to carve it out.
Got to carve it out.
Here's your device, kid. Bye.
Put it in the calendar.
I'm locking the door. Put it in the calendar. Oh, my goodness.
So they finally announced the end of the current Splash Mountain.
Oh, did they?
And they're launching what now? Did you hear?
Yes, it's going to be Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and it's supposed to be in 2024, but who is excited about this change at Disneyland?
I mean, I'm not really excited. You're not going to get me excited about something like, oh, in 10 years from now, we're going to have Tiana's Bayou. Tell me like the year of, like, why am I excited now?
I'm excited.
Are they shutting down
it.
the ride? Is that why they're announcing it? Are they shutting down Splash Mountain?
I don't know when they're shutting it down, but I don't think they could do it in the summer. They will get people all kinds of mad if they do it in the summer.
They don't care.
Disneyland they really don't.
They don't care about getting people mad.
The last few times we've been there, so many things have been shut down. But no, I'm excited about it. I love Princess and the Frog. They've got the best music.
I love that movie too.
I just love the message that, it's very empowering for girls. And so I'm excited that they're going to change it.
Is that what the message is? I was just trying to think about the movie.
She's almost there. She doesn't need anybody else. She could do it on her own. Yes. Or no? Okay. What do you think?
But she ends up kissing the frog, marrying the prince. I don't have to watch it again.
No, she kissed the frog and he turned into a frog too.
Oh, she turned into a frog too, right? We'll talk about this some other time.
Watch the movie again, listen to the music and the words, and we'll be good. I love the music.
That I'm on with the music.
And they just need to change the song that's in there. Right?
Okay. I mean, that ride needs to be spruced up. I'm 100% agreement with Splash Mountain. I'm not a huge fan of that ride. I don't like having wet shoes. So when we do go on that ride...
Well, guess what? Now you're going to have to go on that ride because you know who's going to want to hear all the songs.
No, I will. I'll be ready for it. But, 2 years from now, are we still going to have passes 2 years from now? I don't know.
Yes, we will. We definitely will. If you don't want one, you don't have to have one, but I will have one. It's a bad boy. We won't have to worry about you complaining about that ride then.
So does anybody get excited for something 2 years from now? Like... I don't know.
Who's excited about the change in the ride? Does anyone have any input? Drop a comment. Let us know what you think. I also heard that, they were sprucing up Pirates of the Caribbean and they opened it up finally. And guess what? It broke down again.
Did they get rid of Johnny Depp? Is that why?
I don't know. I don't know about I don't follow all that stuff. Well, does anybody know?
They changed that ride. I mean, I remember it when I was young. I remember the pirates were like chasing the women in circles, right? And they were like selling them, right?
That is disgusting.
It was pretty crazy, but that was Disneyland. It was right here in our backyard. And then they kind of changed that up and they entered Johnny Depp and they changed that whole dynamic of that ride because now you're just looking for him throughout the ride, right? Because he's hiding in different places. So, I mean, I'm curious to see what they're doing with that now. So we'll go on it. We'll check it out. And then, it hasn't been announced, but I heard a rumor and they have it closed off at Disneyland. They've changed the Swiss Family Robinson tree. Mm-hmm. That's what it used to be, right? And then it turned into Tarzan.
Yes.
And then now supposedly it's going to be an Encanto tree or a house.
It's going to be the Encanto house.
But we'll see. They haven't announced it yet, right? It's just a rumor?
Yes, but they've gotten rid of the tree house. The kids are a little sad because they liked going up there.
It's fun going up there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Now we just got that little janky tree over in Toontown, Chippendale's little tree.
They're changing Toontown. That's been shut down too.
That's been shut down.
So I don't think that tree's going to be in there. I think they're reimagining the whole area.
Just don't stop believing, girl. So speaking of don't stop.
So July 9th at Concerts in the Park, it's returning and they're going to have the tribute to Journey there. So how many of you in Santa Clarita are planning on going to Concerts in the Park this summer?
How many go often, right? Because another cool thing about Santa Clarita, I usually post on my page, personal page, another reason I love Santa Clarita or why I love Santa Clarita.
Right.
We have concerts in the park. So the Central Park is humongous, right? It's off of Bouquet in Saugus, if anybody doesn't know about it. It's home to a lot of soccer and basketball tournaments and league games and all that. But it's home to concerts in the park.
Yes.
So it shuts down. People are camping out like all day long.
They are excited. I know there's a lot of people. It's their tradition to go every year. Our sister-in-law and my brother and the girls included, they go with their family. And so I'm curious to know who goes to Concerts in the Park. What's your opinion about it? We always say we're going to go. Have we ever been once?
We've never been. I've always wanted to go.
The idea is nice.
It's just so many people. It's so many people. I hate dealing with all the traffic on the way out, right? And I love people, but in smaller groups.
Yes.
That's a big group for me. And then I'm not going to lie, and let me know, I don't want to turn this show negative because it's not about negativity, but you have to start thinking about, what happened in Chicago for July 4th at the parade, right?
I know.
These things are happening where people are having, there's shootings happening at these big public events. So, it makes me think twice about possibly going to concerts in the park where there's going to be 20,000 people plus, right?
Yeah,
you just don't know.
What is wrong with people these days? I don't get it.
I don't know. Another event that it should be starting soon. I'm going to look into it, and I'll have the information for you guys on the next show. Is they also have jazz nights over at the Hyatt,
and that's like a little bit smaller dosage of people.
It's like a couple hundred people. It's not very big because jazz isn't everybody's cup of tea. Mm-hmm. It's definitely our cup of tea.
Yes,
but they have jazz nights, and it's free, and it's right in between the Hyatt and the Madison town condos, right? Mm-hmm. And they close that whole section off. You walk in for free, but you pay for food and drinks.
Yes.
Only if you want food and drinks, right?
And people just dance in the street, and it's so nice. It's blocked off. No one's driving through there. But it's really nice because you get that sense of community, and people are just having a good time.
I remember taking the kids, Santino, and wearing him on the carrier. And we just dancing with them, moving with them on the jazz nights.
I have to check and see if they're having that. If anybody has heard about whether the jazz nights are coming back, let us know. Drop it in the comments because I'd be curious to go to that. They're having, I don't know if I told you the other day, we went to Newhall for one of our friends' birthdays. You didn't go, it was a girls' night, but they were having block parties.
See, that's so cool.
Yes, and that's in downtown Newhall. I have to double check on the dates. I want to say it's like the second Thursday.
Which would be great
month.
Because that would make sense because let's say Newhall is Thursday, the jazz nights are always on Fridays, and then the concerts in the park are on Saturdays.
That's awesome.
Look, you got the whole weekend set up, and it's all free stuff that the city does. Another reason why I love the city, right?
Yes.
Because they do stuff like this for the community, which is amazing. I'm sure other towns do it too, but nobody does it better than SCV.
I know. It's so much fun. So hopefully we can make it out to one of these. I think my biggest reason why I haven't been to concerts in the park, aside from what's going on now, is
mosquitoes.
No, mosquitoes, whatever. I could spray. I'll deal with that. Is I just want a lineup that I could jam to. Like, I want music that I like. I'm not going to go and listen to certain things that I'm not into. I think that's why I'm more into the jazz nights.
That makes sense.
So come up with some good lineups. We'll maybe be there. So switching things up to real estate, this morning Chris went to the weekly elite meeting, and I'm curious to hear about how that went because I didn't get to talk to you yet. You just got here.
So it's reaffirming what we've been talking about, right? Mm-hmm. The market has changed.
Right. It's
no big secret. The cat's out of the bag. It's been out of the bag, right? The market has changed. We're talking to agents that have 10 plus listings. And all 10 of them had price reductions.
Oh, okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. And we're talking about drastic reductions, you guys. We're talking about like between 5 and 10% of the purchase price.
Wow.
That's huge, right?
That is huge.
The average listing is like $800,000. So we're talking about between $40,000 and $80,000 reduction on the listings. Mm-hmm. So what are buyers waiting for? Because this is what everybody's been talking about. We've had a week last week where the rates got better every day. So this could be your opportunity. This is what we were talking about. As our little small community of agents, top agents out here, we're talking about doing open houses together as far as putting them in the same time slot so we can try to do cross traffic and drive activity.
Yes.
Because I think what's happening, it's not that buyers are coming through these open houses and then not wanting to buy the property. A lot of them just aren't coming. Buyers are just not going to open houses. So there's a couple reasons for that, right? One, it was just the end of the fiscal year for big businesses, right? Meaning the end of June. That's it. Their fiscal year is over. What does that mean? It means a lot of people went on vacation, right? So maybe there's a lot of people that aren't in town.
Right. Summer
just kicked off. I've been talking about wait till after 4th of July, it'll start to pick up. We've been fortunate enough to be really busy.
Yes, thank goodness.
But getting back to all the agents, these are top agents out here. A lot of people are slow, right? So a lot of people, even if they have a lot of listings, they're not moving.
Right.
They're just sitting there. So they're starting to strategize and figure out, well, we need to start listing lower for sure, right? Sellers need to understand that the prices that the neighbors got in January, February, March are gone.
Yes.
Maybe forever, right?
Maybe for not forever. Well, for a while.
For the cycle.
Yes.
For this cycle, right? We might have missed it on this cycle, and that's it now. But now is the perfect climate for buyers because it's a normal market now, guys. It's not a buyer's market. It's a normal market, but there is some sellers are freaking out a little bit right now. So it's a good opportunity for a buyer. It might just be a short-lived, right? It's a good opportunity for a buyer to jump in, buy a home, and get their offer accepted. So when else were you able to get seller to pay all the closing costs, get it less than asking price, right? Another thing that was mentioned today for the properties that are not moving, because a lot of buyers right now want move-in ready homes. Right. They don't want to come into a home that needs $50,000 of work. Right?
They're probably at the top of their budget now that the rates have gone up. So who wants to put in all that time and effort and money?
Well, so we have a guy in our group that has a construction company. That's what he does. If he's willing to do it, I'm sure other companies that maybe some of our buyers already know are willing to do it too. Here's an idea. We have a listing on Darrow in Saugus. We're listed at $875, right? Comparables, meaning recently sold properties, that house could appraise for $925. A buyer could come in, have the seller pay the closing cost, buy the rate down, right? You can get a 5-year fixed. If you have good credit, you can get a 5-year fixed on that house for like 4%. Okay. These rates were in March, right? Get a 4% for 5 years fixed. Then on top of that, if you have a construction person or you need us to refer you one, you can get the seller to possibly pay another $25,000, maybe $50,000. Let's say you offer $900,000 on our $875. Get them to put in $25,000, $50,000 to a construction company. At close, they come and do the work.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
You get a quote during your inspection period. Say you got 10, 12 days of your inspection period. You get the general contractor to come out, give you a quote on floors, countertops, whatever you're going to do to the property, and then you basically finance the upgrades, and you get it done when you move in. So we're having to be a little bit more creative now for our sellers. But these are things that can happen. Don't be so closed-minded listening to all this junk, all this clickbait about the markets. The market's not crashing. It's not crashing. It's correcting. So that's why we've seen the rates starting to drop. They got better last week because the applications are down. Right. People borrowers are not applying for loans right now. So that's why the rates have dropped. So it's a lesson for gas too. Stop driving. Maybe the gas price will go down. But anyhow, that's another story. But anyhow, it's a great time for buyers to get in. Just remember this, guys. During a recession, rental prices go up on apartments, on houses. Your rents aren't going to get cheaper. This might be your only chance to buy a home right now. The best time to buy a home is when you can afford a home. Because what happens a year from now, if we're only going to go into a deeper recession. What happens for a year from now when your property, let's say you're paying, on average, I think people pay about $3,000 a month for rent, right? 2-bedroom apartment or a small house. That goes up to $3,300 a month.
Oh my gosh.
$3,400 a month. Yeah. Or a $4,000 goes up to $4,400. You're going to be kicking yourself that, why didn't I just buy a house last year? I was waiting for these prices to drop. But next year, maybe the rates are at like 6%. You're not going to be able to afford that house.
Right.
So look, we hope you talk to us. But if you don't talk to us, find somebody that really knows what they're doing. Don't talk to some fly-by-night agent, some lender that just got in the business. You need people with experience, 10 plus years of experience, a bunch of great reviews, right? Talk to them and help them educate you on why you should buy a house right now, why it's a great time. When else are you going to get a seller to pay the closing costs? You might get some renovations done to the property, right? And be in before the summer ends, and you'll be having Thanksgiving at Christmas in your new house. Come on. Let's do this. Call us.
Let's go. So as Chris mentioned, it's business as usual for us here at Silver Realty, and we expect to deliver lots of keys by the end of July and August, and to deliver checks to all our happy sellers once they close. Well, you're not really delivering checks anymore. They usually get a wire.
It'd be cool if we had those big old checks, though.
Oh, yeah, like the Publishers Clearinghouse. Oh, my goodness. So for us and the house that we're living in, I mean, there's a lot of choices. We're getting it ready for either to rent or to sell it. And I think with you just right now, you're reaffirming why we should keep our house to rent it out. Rents are probably going to go up.
Rents are probably going to go up. I mean, we're trying to keep our house.
We
right?
really would love to keep our house and rent it. We just have to go through the motions and see if we could reach that goal. If we're able to, we're definitely going to do it. Otherwise, we may have to end up selling our home.
It's a goal of ours. We would love to keep the house, but if we can't, we can't, you know? And we tell our sellers this, by the way, and I think any of our sellers can attest, especially anybody that's on the show. We always say, hey, we don't make money unless we sell houses, right? That's how we make a living. But as a seller, if you can keep your house and buy another house,
keep it.
More power to you. Keep it for rental income later. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, it's hard to do that because you need a big lump sum of money for the next house, right?
Absolutely. For down payment or for reserves, whatever it may be.
Security. Maybe you don't want to be a landlord.
But or you want to take care of your backyard and build that.
Build that out. There's a lot of stuff that we've been going back and forth thinking about. So we're thinking about the same things that you guys think about when you want to buy a house and sell a house. We're going through these same conversations almost every day.
Yes, and the stresses of getting our house ready. We've been packing and decluttering like you would not believe, doing all the little upgrades like finishing touches on paint, things that were unfinished projects for a while, and I'm enjoying our house now. Chris was saying this many episodes ago. Do those upgrades in your house, even if you're thinking of selling, so you can enjoy it before the new people come in. And I can say I actually enjoy our house right now.
It's really nice right now.
There's less clutter. Things are nice and clear. The only thing left is our office, and that is, yikes. It's a lot of stuff.
It's because she has all her paperwork that she needs for taxes.
Oh, my gosh, these taxes. They're getting on my nerves.
It makes it tough. So
it's overwhelming.
We're going to get the office done. And after I get the office done, then I'm going back into the garage where all the boxes are and then purging the garage one more time. We purge the garage like every 18 months.
Yes, it's a lot.
We have a lot of donations coming up, though, that we need to get rid of a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So speaking of our situation and relating it to what other buyers are going through in this market, we finally locked in our interest rate on our new house, which is super exciting. Little stressful because you have to get all your paperwork together. Buyers, I know what you're going through when you're getting pre-approved and when you're getting your loan done. It's a lot of work. So getting all that paperwork together, getting it submitted, and locking in our rate. And it feels like a little bit of stress has been lifted off of our shoulders.
A little tiny bit.
The only thing is once you submit that, they're going to ask you for more documents. So be prepared because these underwriters, they want us to paint a picture of everything, and they're lending us money to buy a home, right? So we need to provide them with documents, and I get it. We're lenders ourselves. Just going through the process on this side of the transaction, it could be a little bit much at times.
Especially if you're the one that does all of the financials in the house. So I don't do any of the financials in the house, guys. Corey does all this stuff. All that weight is on her shoulders. And for me to jump in and like take over,
that's way too stressful.
It'd be even more stressful for her because she's the one that takes care of all this stuff. And it kind of goes hand in hand with her doing taxes, like we're not doing it, but preparing them for our CPA and all that stuff, right?
It's a lot.
So just waiting on Corey's gonna have to get this done at some point, but we'll see. I'm gonna have to keep Nola busy for a little bit.
Please take that girl and keep her busy so I could get my work done. So there's a lot of emotions going in with us purchasing this home. We get to drive past it like weekly almost. And we just went this past Friday to take a look. Unfortunately, Chris was busy working that day so we could actually get this home. But the models are almost finished at Williams Ranch.
No way.
Yes, it looks so cool over there. We can't wait to show you what they look like. I have people who are like, when those models are done, let's go see it together. But I'm just like, drive through the community now. It's exciting. There's a lot of stuff going on over there.
Does anybody else do that? Are buyers out there? Did you do that when you were purchasing your home, or are you doing that now? Like, do you drive by that house that you're in escrow on, a couple times a week, different times in the day?
Go see it.
Or are we just crazy?
This reminds me of a time when we bought our first house. So at that time, you couldn't search the internet. I know it was a long time ago. You couldn't search the internet to find property. There was no such thing as Zillow or any other stuff. You relied solely on the realtor you were working with. And at the time, we weren't agents. We're fresh out of college, actually just finishing college. And
dropping out.
I just finished college. So we wrote an offer on this house. It got accepted, and I couldn't even find the house. We would drive by to go see it. Remember, we got lost trying to see where the house was that we were buying. I went over there to go take a look, and I'm like, I don't even know where the house is. Couldn't even find it.
We did all the things that you're not supposed to do when you go buy a house. We talked to one agent. We only saw their listings in their office.
Yeah, we don't even know what was available.
We didn't know any better.
In the market.
We were really young. So we didn't know all of our options. We only saw like houses like one weekend. And I think we saw 6 houses total. The first offer we made, our offer got accepted. And that was it. We bought the house. We were the easiest buyers on the planet.
We were so easygoing.
So easy. That was such a smooth transaction, I think, for all parties involved.
And then fast forward to the house we're in now, we never saw models there either. We just went off of a drawn floor plan. And when I would go to take a look up there and see, we didn't even remember which lot we got. I'm like, is it this one or is it that one?
Didn't know the lot because, nothing was built. So
I had to kind of guess where the lot was because everything was flat.
Well, right now at Williams Ranch, they have a stake in the ground and it says lot 124.
So you know what you're looking at.
So you know what you're looking at. But back in, it's probably because it's a Lennar build.
Chris hates
a little
Lennar.
Jab at Lennar. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Lennar. But anyhow, when we went to go look at that home, they didn't have anything up. So you just didn't know which was yours. You didn't know where the property line ended.
Yes, you didn't. Everything was just flat. So it's nice that nowadays you can actually find where you're purchasing your home.
It's fun. But
yes.
We'll continue to give updates. I've been posting every blue moon. I'll post something about the house so you can kind of see like how much construction they've done in like 1 or 2 weeks.
It's a lot of fun. So on Friday, Chris filmed a video for our new listing in Newberry Park, and it is located on Wendy Drive, and that listing is now live today.
So it's going live.
It's going live.
There's a difference. There's a coming soon, and then there's an officially live. So we're going to be going live at midnight.
Yay!
Okay. But we are now in the coming soon. So anybody that's on the MLS, they can see it. Monica, hello.
Hi, Monica. And don't be sorry, you're here. Better late than never.
You are on time.
And I miss you. I hope I get to see you Thursday. I think you said you're coming back, or maybe it's next week. But I can't wait to see you. I miss you, my friend. Hey, for all of y'all who are into Scentsy, Monica is now a Scentsy representative. So she's already got me hooked. She is now the new addiction in the home. I've purchased 3 things from her, and I showed it to Chris the other day, and I'm sure he was thinking, why the heck did you buy more stuff that I got to pack? But it's great because the Scentsy makes your home smell really good, and they're really cute. So hit up Monica if you want to get some Scentsy. And she said Tuesday she'll be back.
She'll be back.
So we want to share the video with you for our new listing on Wendy Drive. It's a great home, great energy. Love the sellers, and I think you guys will like the home too.
I think as people walk through the home, I think we're going to get multiple offers. Even in this market, I think we're going to get multiple offers on this house because a house, you just have this feeling of, I'm home as soon as you walk through the door.
Yes. So
let's take a look. Who's looking to buy a home in Newberry Park?
This is on Wendy Drive. I love the front yard landscaping. It's like so eco-friendly.
It's all drought resistant stuff.
Good afternoon. My name's Chris with Silver Realty. Come on in and check out our new listing here in Newberry Park.
So it's wide open floor plan. This is what everybody wants, but you can't find this in a 1960s
Look at all the
home.
lighting in there. It's so bright.
It's all natural light. Beautiful.
Yes. And the kitchen has been
updated. Huge center island.
What I love about that kitchen is it's so open. So while you're preparing food, you could all be together with your family.
Beachy vibe going on in the bathroom.
And look at this outdoor area. It's
California
so nice.
Beautiful.
And they have a garden, so you could grow your own fruits and veggies. There's so many fruit trees there.
They're all listed, but I know they have lemons and oranges, Valencia oranges.
They have guava. They have avocado. Everything in their garden is organic, which I love. they're such good people. I mean, you go into some of these homes and you may call me crazy, but I get feelings when I go into homes.
Catching feelings,
and yeah. It's such a good vibe there. They're the greatest family. I sold them that home years ago, and they've really transformed it into something super special.
Definitely. Something we got to talk about just while we're talking about real estate, because this is monumental, you guys. So yesterday, I was showing property. I had a client, an appointment at Simi Valley, and then I was in Canoga Park showing property. Another friend of ours popped up, had to see some property right away. Guess who was out there showing them property yesterday?
I was straight after jiu-jitsu. She called me and said, hey, can we see it at 7:00? And, the kids they were just finishing up. They finished at, 6? I don't know. I had very little time to get there. So from jiu-jitsu, I took the kids straight home to get the printouts for the listings. I had it ready. Chris helped me. I had an assist. He prepared all the listings for me, and we had already game planned during the day in the event that they did want to see something. And I told her, Chris is busy right now. Are you okay if the kids come? She said, yeah, my kids are going to be there too. I said, perfect. Okay, kids, let's go. They're in their jiu-jitsu uniforms. I had to look professional when I go to show property. And Santino said, Mom, they're our friends. They'll understand. I go, no, friends deserve the respect of any other client. You need to show up professional. I do not show up to show properties in flip-flops or sandals. That's just a no-go. I need my heels on and some slacks, and I'm going to show up professional because you don't treat them any different just because they're your friend. They deserve your respect.
Sure.
And he's like, well, I know we're running late, but if we're running late, they'll understand. I'm like, no, and we need to respect their time. So we showed up on time in a professional manner. Unfortunately, our kids did not look professional. I didn't have time to trust them, but we went and I showed property with them. And so the kids had their first experience on showing property to clients. So that was nice.
Already at 5 and 7 years old, we couldn't teach this to some agents in the past that no longer work with us, but at 5 and 7 years old, Corey's already teaching our kids about etiquette as a real estate agent, which I think is amazing. So they're already understanding of like, oh, okay, well, yeah, it's like respect for the clientele to look professional.
I told the kids, this is a huge purchase. These people, this is a big deal to purchase a home. You need to show up in a professional manner. And so they got it. They're very respectful while we went, even though Santino was playing with those are his friends. So they had a good time. But yes, it was really interesting to see. And I love it because as we were showing property, their kids are like, oh, is this your home that we're going to see? I'm like, no, this is a home we're showing you. Oh, okay. So it was nice because even though it was a little stressful for me, I've never shown property with my kids before, I was able to do it.
Okay,
it was a different experience.
So I said this was monumental. Can you tell me the last time you showed property?
The last time I showed property, well, actually, I dropped in for you one time for one of our friends, and it was in Stevenson Ranch. I think Nola was a baby. That was an interesting showing, by the way. There was a picture. The seller had a topless picture of themselves in their bathroom. Nice. In a G-string. That was very interesting. Like, who does that? My clients are like, what is that on the wall? I'm like, I don't know why they didn't take that down for the showings, but please try not to look. And we're all just sitting there looking at it.
I forgot about that.
That was strange. But prior to that, the last time I actually met with clients and showed property was when I was in labor with Santino. So it's been a while.
The second time you showed property in 7 years.
Yes, going on 8 years.
Going on 8 years.
Yes.
So it was a big deal. So I don't know. What does that mean? Are you coming back?
I'm ready. I'm ready to be out in there. It's challenging. It's juggling these kids and Nola and this extra time. Let me get those taxes done. Let me get us in this house and then talk to me. And then maybe we'll be out showing property. No, I had a good time though. I'll probably fit in some time.
Like maybe like one.
I have friends, clients. It's like, okay, let's go. We'll do it.
So I could already tell you the future, guys. So there's my own personal friends that I've known for 25 years that are like, hey, just so you know, when we go buy another house, we're not working with you. Like, we only want to work with Corey. Corey sold them their first house. Like, people love... And second house. People love Corey.
Oh,
like,
thank you.
Her clients, like, the way they talk about her, I'm like, oh my God. Like, I know I'm lucky. I'm married to this woman, but they love you. Like, your clients really, really love you.
It's fun. I love showing property. Like I said, though, it's challenging. I got to carve out that time, right?
We'll figure it all out in due time. It all happens when it's supposed to happen.
Get those taxes done first. So Monica said, when it's time for our upgrade, I am going to need Corey for our showing. Yes, yes, yes. It'll be fun.
I understand, Monica.
Monica and I had some good times looking at properties. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you see some interesting things. And I love when you're talking with your friends or your clients and they're like, remember that one house we saw where there was this and there was that? And I try to like think back like, gosh, is my memory that bad? But there are some standout showings. So like sometimes. Monica and I, we've seen some weird stuff like May's houses in the valley. Like, I don't know what's going on in this house, but you would have to go through 5 different rooms. There was no hallway. It was almost like you were in Alice in Wonderland, but it wasn't like a good Wonderland.
Do the doors get smaller?
That's what it felt like. Do you remember that house, Monica? It was a little creepy. We're like, what are they doing in these rooms? So strange. But people come up with some really, really weird ideas when it comes to their homes. Or maybe it's not really their home.
Monica says, sorry, Chris, haha.
Yes, Mojica running out because there was a cat. Oh, yeah. Monica's deathly afraid of cats, and I didn't know. She like started crying because there was like a cat in someone's yard. It was horrible.
I've actually had that happen to me too, going through a property, and it's a real phobia. I mean, it is what it is. I've had people really scared of dogs. I mean, spiders freak out, right?
Yes.
Crickets on vacation.
Oh my Lord. Oh my goodness. So speaking of cats, I saw this one property one time where there was a hairless cat in there. Have you ever seen those up close?
One of our clients that I sold their property on Topanga Boulevard had a hairless cat. They had multiple cats, but they had a hairless cat.
This hairless cat was the weirdest thing ever. He went over and turned on the faucet in the kitchen and just started drinking the water and like staring at us. Like, it's time for you to go, people. I was like, I am walking away from this cat. It was the creepiest. Monica, I'm borderline like afraid of cats like you are. I feel like they creep me out.
We're not cat people, everyone.
But a hairless one that turns on his own water and stares you down. Ooh,
we're definitely dog people.
Get me out of that house.
Except our next door neighbors have the coolest cat.
His name is Morris, and he's like a dog.
We call him Momo. And Momo could be like 5 houses down at the beginning of the cul-de-sac. We're at the end of the cul-de-sac, and we could yell at him because the kids yell for him, Momo. He'll come all the way down the street. Mm-hmm. He comes right up to the kids, lays on his back like a dog, and lets them pet his belly.
Yeah,
what cat does it?
He's a sweet cat.
So that cat I'd be cool with, but they also bring the cat smell. I can't do it. Can't do the cats or the dander. Plus, Tino's allergic.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm somewhat allergic. I mean, never been tested for it, but I'm sure I'm allergic.
Yeah, you're allergic. So Monica said, yes, it just kept going. That house with the doors. It was so weird. It was the strangest thing I've ever seen. And I think there were different colors in each room. So maybe they had the colors so you knew exactly where you were. Oh, I'm in the yellow room. I'm almost there.
Speaking of, just really quick, you said it's the strangest thing. Just had me thinking about Stranger Things? Is that what we watched?
Yes.
We can't make it past this last episode. So we've been watching this last episode, and it's really good. But I just keep falling asleep.
We're just exhausted by the time it comes to watch. Well, because it's summertime, our kids want to spend more time with us, so we let them stay up late, and then we want to watch our show too. But I really hope we get through the show before someone spoils it for us. Somebody's going to spoil it. And please don't put a comment about what happens. Chris told me someone dies, and I don't want to know who. So please, I don't want to look.
And I found out somebody died on a headline. I didn't click on the story because I don't want to find out about it. Mm-mm. But on a headline, it says, did they make a mistake killing a character off? And I'm like, come on. I didn't even know anybody was going to die.
So is anyone else into Stranger Things like we are? Such a good show. I love that show.
There's some good stuff coming up. So we got Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. At some point in the summer, I might be able to squeeze in the new season of Peaky Blinders. Mm-hmm. And then what's the show that we really like with Handmaid's Tales coming back like in the fall?
That's already real life. That
It's not
nightmare's
funny,
here.
but we had a little mosquito or gnat in here.
That nightmare's here. So Evelyn said Stranger Things is so good. Yes, it is.
Did you finish it already?
I bet you she did.
She probably did.
Oh, Monica loves it too. It's so good. When the season's over, I want to watch it again from the beginning because it's that good of a show.
Because we got all this time.
Because I've been asking you questions like, was so-and-so in the first season? Or was he just in her mind?
This is what happens when I watch something with Corey, by the way.
Oh, Monica said, when we move into Canada, haha. Right? Oh, man. That show, it's got me. Oof.
I like Canada, though. Canada's nice.
Well, I haven't been, so I wouldn't know.
I went.
And he brought me back a mug, too, that says Canada.
She loves mugs.
I love mugs so much that he wants to get rid of my mugs, but why did he bring me back a mug from Canada? You don't bring someone back a souvenir from somewhere you went to that they didn't get to go to.
Well, now I know.
Oh, no.
So the next time
He's
I go somewhere
throwing away
nice-
my mugs and brings me a Canada mug. No, that's just not the right thing to do. I refuse to drink out of that mug. I will
She's
never.
never drinking out of this
I
mug, you
will
guys.
never drink out of that mug.
She's really touchy on this subject. Have you guys caught that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of built-up anger inside of you.
Listen, someone wants to throw away your little cups of joy that bring you joy and that are nostalgic when you're waking up in the morning. They want to get rid of them because they don't like them. They're taking up too much room. Okay, let me get rid of these mugs to make you happy. And goes on vacation without you to that
Excuse me.
place.
Let me make
and
a correction.
brings you a mug.
Hold on. See, this is
That is why.
This is what happens online
I
too.
am a little frustrated.
These false narrative and stories. I did not go on vacation. It was a bachelor party.
So it's not a vacation.
I was the best man. It's my job to put this thing together.
Okay.
And it was either Cabo or Vancouver. We went to Vancouver. It sounded way more fun than Cabo.
What? That's still a vacation. Did
It's not a
anybody
vacation.
get lost there?
It's a duty. It's a duty. As the best man, you have to plan this out. It took a lot of thought.
Somebody come up with a task for me to go somewhere that's not a vacation, but that's nice and tropical. Who wants to get married? Oh, Lulu's getting married.
Vancouver's not tropical, by the way.
Take me on a vacation. Anywhere she wants to go to. Maybe Lulu will have her bachelorette party in Canada.
Bye.
But will it be a task, a duty, or a vacation for me?
Bye. It'll be a task if you're in the wedding.
Well, she's not having bridesmaids.
Well, I guess you're not having one then, are you?
Dang, this guy is weird. I don't know what's up with him. Bottom line is that Canada Cup is never getting drinking out of. I do not like it.
We can get rid of it. I don't care about that cup. Care about that cup.
So Nola, I always call Evelyn Nola. Have you noticed that?
Because she was our first baby.
Oh my goodness. So Evelyn said she sure did laugh out loud, and I think that means she's watched all of Stranger Things.
Ooh, okay. Well, we'll talk about it once we see it. We'll talk about our stuff.
Ooh, it's going to be so good. So switching back to Disneyland for a bit, because I'm missing Disneyland. I mean, I haven't been for a few weeks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyhow, so
We found a video Disney made about Tiana's Bayou adventure. Let's watch it. This is the first time I'm seeing it.
I haven't seen it either. Let's see.
So let's see. Ooh, that looks so pretty. I want to go there. There's probably a lot of alligators.
You know what they need
there.
to do? Instead of redoing Splash Mountain, they need to get rid of the Jungle Cruise. And that's what they need to make the Bayou over there, a little boat ride. That'd be super cool.
Welcome to my kitchen. Well, not actually. I am standing in a gallery space here at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum that is dedicated to Leah Chase. We're actually here once again just taking a deep dive in the culture in New Orleans.
I love New Orleans.
Me too. And we named our daughter
The city of
Nola.
New Orleans
Yes.
is just so good to us and wanting just to really share what makes their city very, very special. And we are taking it all in. We've gone to the bayou. We did an airboat tour, and we were just looking at the flora, the fauna that you would see there. Congo Square, where
Didn't
a lot
you eat
of
gator?
people of color
Yeah,
as well
I've
as
had
enslaved
gator.
people congregated and played music.
You don't go to New Orleans and
Heading
not
right
have gator.
outside of Yaya, which is an amazing art program for youth that we are collaborating with. We're getting exposed to a number of things from that time period that are going to be really helpful There were even a couple of exhibits that we were able to take advantage of. We got to see set design, props, and all kinds of things that are really appropriate for what we're trying to do in being authentic as we represent the city as a part of our attraction. We're here at Xavier University, which is a part of the HBCU system. We have had the most amazing conversation with members of the staff who have talked to us about all aspects of culture for New Orleans.
I love that.
And then we even went out to Avery Island to take a look at a salt dome, which is one of the only areas in Louisiana that has any elevation. It was really important for the team to be able to get an opportunity to come to New Orleans, because it's very important that as we're telling a New Orleans story as a part of Tiana's Bayou Adventure, we want it to be really authentic.
So they might incorporate stuff. What I got from that is they might incorporate stuff that's not actually in the movie, but that's from New Orleans on the ride. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know.
I'm excited to see how it turns out.
I'll be excited in March or April of 2024.
Right before they open
Right before they open it up is when I'll get excited.
Yes.
I'm not excited now.
So Evelyn said, we don't need a reason. Let's just go. We'll just go.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Go right ahead.
I got to finish my taxes first, girl. Oh, my goodness. Yes, we do need to plan a trip, though, because she's going to be having her big wedding day coming up soon.
You should.
Mm-hmm.
You should.
So we got to celebrate her. So Monica said, oh, my God, I love that. Yes, it's going to be good. So hopefully by then, Monica will start going to Disneyland again.
There you go.
We could get in our Disney date together that
Monica's
we were trying to do for so long before COVID.
She's coming back the summer of 2024.
Yes. So looking ahead to next week, Grandma and Papa, they are going on vacation tomorrow. So I just may take the kids to Disneyland by myself tomorrow.
You would have to, because I got work to do, girl.
But we do have plans later in the day. The kids do have jiu-jitsu, and we also have dinner plans that came up last minute yesterday. So I don't know if I'm going to pull it off. If not, I already have a reservation for Sunday.
Well, there you go. Go on Sunday. You're good.
I don't know. I got to figure it out. So Disneyland is on the table one of these days. And it looks like Monica said, no, not the summer. It's too hot. So she doesn't want to go in the summer, but maybe the fall of 2024.
Fall of 2024.
Monica will be back. Oh, that would be lovely. We'll have so much fun. And then, so Friday, we have not been on a beach day in I don't know how long with the kids.
Too long. Over a year.
It's been a long time. So we are planning a trip to Silver Strand in Oxnard, and I want to find out how many of you all have gone to the beach this summer. Because
I've seen a lot of beach posts already.
Yes.
From my brother and Jocelyn, they go all the time.
They're always there. Oh, man, we used to go to the beach all the time. What happened?
If you get these taxes done, we can go to the beach.
Monica said, haha, yes, fall. She'll be there in the fall. Yeah, girl, they're already going to be getting the Haunted Mansion ready.
Monica, why don't you tell Bobby and the girls, let's go to the beach on Friday, Silver Strand. Let's do it.
Yes. I don't know if they're back yet. They might still be in New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
But if you're back, let's go to the beach. Who else wants to go to the beach?
Yeah,
That'll be fun. Join us over there. The beach is so clean. It
feels private. There's not many people on that
Yeah, it's
beach.
not that crowded, and it's a good time. And they have a lot of places that you could stop and get food on the way, so you don't have to pack too much if you don't want to be stressed out.
And there's a bathroom nearby where we go stay.
Yes,
perfect.
It'll be a lot of fun. The kids have been really wanting to go to the beach, so we'll have fun.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be our show.
Well, is it? Because this weekend you're going to be showing a lot of properties too, right? You really want to go, huh?
Yeah. Well, I got a show property right now coming up at 2:30.
Oh boy, I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hold you back.
I got to go change the attire, get in professional attire to go show property.
Yeah, you don't want to be there in your flip flops.
Then I got to go take the car back all the way to Camarillo. Mm-hmm. Right. So I got a bunch of stuff to do later today.
He has got a lot.
Oh, we're delivering keys today too.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's our friends that closed like a month ago. There was a rent back. They actually get the keys today as well.
Yay! They get to move in. That'll be fun.
Super excited
and
for
it's
them.
great because the weather's not too hot like it was a month ago. So they can move in without sweating too much. Monica said she'll be back Sunday, so we will definitely see you next week. Excited about that. And as Chris mentioned, that is going to be our show. Thank you again for hanging out with us here on R&R Relationships and Real Estate. Be sure to check us out every Wednesday here on Facebook Live at noon. We are your hosts,
Chris
and Corey Silva, and we will catch you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.